Hi, Abraham. I'm Michele. I lost 80 pounds with the help of a 12-step program 4 years ago. And I've been holding tight to the last 40 that I need to lose. I've traced the feelings back and looked at the manifestation as an indicator and have likened them to some old feelings with my dad and abandonment. Isn't doing inner child work, beating an old drum, and do past hurts, hidden or deep, alter my present experiences if I don't give them conscious attention.
So, you said so much, we want to go, whoa, but the most important thing that you came around to, we want to address first, and that is, if you're not giving something conscious attention and you're not feeling emotion around it, then it's not an active player in your point of attraction, and it is a non-issue. People say, but Abraham, what if I have subconscious things going on? And we say, if it's subconscious, you're not having an emotional response. And if you're not having an emotional response, it's not a player in your vibration or in your point of attraction. If you are having an emotional response, it's not subconscious. So if you're not consciously thinking about it and you're not feeling emotions around it, then that's not the way we would go about it. We think that while what you were talking about with this, what you labeled inner child work, and issues with things that happened a long time ago, while it may seem similar to what we have going on here, it's very different in this way. We don't want you to go back there and figure that stuff out, because the minute you go back and look at it, first of all, you've turned upstream, and the minute you look at it, you're more upstream, and the more you talk about it, you're more upstream, and all that happens is you activate it stronger and stronger and stronger, which makes it more difficult to turn back downstream. So we really don't see the point of that. We think it is ever so much more powerful to take the clues from what's happening in your powerful now and do something about shifting the way you are feeling now by using the resources of your mind now. In other words, something might have happened to you when you were a child over which you felt no control. So you could for years feel out of control, insecure, powerless, out of control, insecure, powerless, until you have a manifestation now that reflects it. But you can't go back and make those people different than they were. You can't go back and change those circumstances, but you can change your vibrational offering right here and now, and you can and then will get an immediate change in what's happening manifestational wise. In other words, the manifestation will shift as fast as the vibration does. So it's work that really is worth doing. When you were describing the emotions of all of that stuff, those were emotions about other thoughts that you were thinking about that stuff back there. It's like someone saying, I had a past life regression, and I found out that I felt that same way in all those past lives, so no wonder I feel that way now. And we say, that's pretty much baloney. The reason that you're having those in your past life, we don't know if you're getting your past life or somebody else's, but one thing is sure, they are all a vibrational match to how you feel right now. In other words, how you feel now is your point of attraction. So everything that's coming to you, whether it's a memory or a vision of the future, or people who are tailgating you, whatever's happening to you from your past, your future, or your present, it is a match to how you're feeling right now. So we want to hear from you what words you would use to describe how weighing more than you want to weigh feels. Don't try to tie it in to all of the reasons that you've been programmed to believe that it's hanging on. Instead, just simply describe, what does it feel like to be carried this extra weight around? What does that feel like?
Like I'm carrying too much stuff.
There, you hit right on it. So, is that a familiar personality trait of yours?
Yes, very.
So, do you think that you can be carrying more than you have any business carrying? Do you think that you can take responsibility for all those people? Do you think that you can continue to see them as inept and incapable, and meanwhile I'll just do it myself because it's easier to do it myself? Do you think you can keep feeling all those ways and not have a vibration that matches it in a manifestation?
Hope so.
Really good. Well, you can't. So the work is vibrational work, not about the physical body. That's just an indicator. The work is about the vibration that has caused this manifestation. The work is about feeling differently in those situations by logically saying it's not my job to do it all, and it's not my job to control it all. It's not my job. I don't need to take this on all myself. I don't need. It's like Esther. She's laughing. She's entering a hotel, and Jerry is dealing with parking the car, and Esther is moving her bags, and someone is offering to open the door for her, and she will say, "I've got it." It's madness. It's madness to feel that it is your responsibility to single-handedly turn the world around. In other words, that's what's at the heart of this, isn't it? When we come back from segment of refreshment, we'll begin with you, because we're queued up here for some good information, and we might as well reap the benefit of all this torture. Good time.
Thank you.
And are you refreshed? Good. So Esther is identifying with this conversation during segment of refreshment, and so isn't it in keeping that Karen, who never fails to take care of this burden, law of attraction abounds, doesn't it? The evidence is everywhere, always, 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 giving you opportunity to clean up your vibration.
So I found some other feelings that I discovered as I wonderfully had a little break that are related to the extra weight that I carry, which were anger, frustration, disgust, and fear. Fear especially of death and of intimacy.
Well, we have to tell you that while those are all very compelling and interesting words, we think it is way, way, way overkill for what's going on with you. If you were still in all of that vibration, you would not have accomplished what you've already accomplished. You're fine-tuning, and when you're fine-tuning, you're not cleaning up heavy vibration, you're cleaning up much lighter vibration than that. We think you've had too much therapy.
And something that you said recently within the last month, I've actually quoted to many of my sponsees, in my 12-step program, which was along the lines of, if there's something in your past that causes you great discomfort, then you really, 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 really need to work on it.
But you don't have to go back and dig it up. It's present in your now. And going back and digging it up entrenches it stronger while working on, in other words, we don't want Esther to go to her past to try to find something that is the reason for carrying more pounds around than she wants. We want her to take this situation of coming back to the podium and having it not in the right place. Now, Esther adores Karen and would not feel irritation with her if she set Esther's hair on fire, really. Well, maybe slightly. But these kinds of things are indications. They are indications of that feeling. And we'll tell you what it is. It's a feeling of wanting your life to go well and not knowing how to make it go well, and believing, like most of you do, that you have the power to control enough conditions to make it go well, and then discovering the futility of that. That's always what makes you feel that burden. That's always what makes you feel like you're doing too much. And so it's just moment by moment, experience by experience, when you realize, you see, recognizing it and having a conversation like we're having here cues you up for a keener awareness of the kinds of things that happen on a daily basis. We're not talking about a long time ago. We're talking about things that are going to happen today and tomorrow and the next day. Lots of them. Maybe 500 in the next 3 days. Examples of you feeling that sort of out of control, I need to have more control burden. And when each one of them comes up and you have the time, even if you only take the time for 10% of them to reach for a feeling that feels a little better, In 2 or 3 days, your vibration will have shifted enough that you will feel a difference in your vibrational, emotional response, and your point of attraction will have shifted, and you will begin to get different results.
So when I'm feeling the need to control, then to move out of that vibration would be
to say,
look like what?
first of all, whether I think I need to or not, I can't, so I might as well give that up. And the laws of the universe are the true power. I don't have to get in my car and be the engine. I just get in my car and steer it where I want it to go. Just talk to yourself logically. The universe and the law of attraction is the power behind all of this, and I'm doing just fine. And look how much I'm already delegating. Look how well I'm already doing. Look how much I have managed to release. Those kinds of thoughts. That's the direction for you. And the reason that we want to talk to you about it is because always when we talk about this stuff, we talk about this way, 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 way more. You know what this seminar should say? This seminar should say, hello, welcome to planet Earth, have fun, goodbye. Or we could give you the amended version. Hello, welcome to planet Earth. You plan to be here. It's right that you are here. A whole lot of wonderful things will happen because you are here. Get into a mode of appreciation and live happily ever after. Goodbye. That should be the seminar. There isn't anything more than that we are saying to you. And then you say, okay, I'm supposed to be here, I get that. And I'm supposed to feel good, I get that. And being happy is the right thing, and appreciation is a really good tool. But how does that apply to, and then you give us thousands and thousands and thousands of things that you want to apply it to which we give you the same answer over and over and over and over. And in doing this, we turn it into a sort of therapy where we make way, 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 way more of it than ever should be made of it. Life good, you happy, goodbye.
So if I shift my vibration, change my vibrational attraction.
When you do.
When I do, then the weight falls off. Then I can no longer attract the extra weight on my body.
Because the vibration will be different from that. When the feeling of lugging around all that extra responsibility lifts off of you, you'll stop lugging around all that extra.
And so does that look like I eat 15 candy bars and the weight falls off me, or does that look like all I want is chicken and broccoli?
That looks like the action will be irrelevant because the vibration will have aligned it. And if you want to prove that to yourself, notice how differently different people eat with different results. It's about vibration. So, of course, if you say, I really want to test it, okay, I've lifted the burden of the world off of myself, and now I'm going to test this by eating all of the things I believe I shouldn't eat. Now you have got a whole other resistance going on, which will give you the same results. In other words, you just have to, one by one, sift through things and move it to a better feeling place. And it doesn't take that long, 30 days. 30 days at the most to sift through every single thing that's in your way. 30 days at the most.
So when I stand and look in the mirror and go, oh my God, I'm fat. I can't believe how fat I am.
Well, now, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I try not to do that, and
You're not trying very hard because you just planned to do it again.
I've heard you say that it's particularly difficult with a body that we carry around with us all day long because it's a constant reflection.
But we're trying to help you to overcome that image, because what we're saying to you today that's different, you really are a good one at going back and digging up everything that you've ever heard that supports what you don't want. In a sort of justifying. So maybe there's something to talk about there. What is it that you think makes you feel that you have to justify where you are? Have you had a lot of people looking at you in a critical eye? Or has it just been you?
Primarily me.
And so what we're wanting you to do is to begin to try to see yourself through the eyes of Source, which is never critical. So what we're saying to you is, as you stand in your now, the manifestation gives you information that you can now use as your indicator to move from. And that should surpass everything that you've ever heard before, because that is the leading edge statement in specific response to where you are.